And we are live. Welcome to another episode of the Flavor Profile. We're at episode 11, and today in the kitchen, and of note, is his birthday today. It's Andrew. Welcome,
Yes.
Andrew, and
Hello.
happy birthday to you today.
Thank you.
And he'll be joined by Lisa. And today we're gonna be preparing Texas style beans and barbecue with green chili corn pudding and fried okra. As always, I'm not really going to be doing a lot of the talking, so I over to you, Lisa and Andy.
Hello. Okay, so I'm going to show you the centerpiece of today's meal, which we ordered from Texas. So Salt Lick is one of the really good Texas barbecue places, and one of the ones that happens to do mail order. And so we ordered this shipped. They're outside of Austin, Texas, in a place called Driftwood, Texas. So this came from Driftwood this week, and it's a smoked brisket. And we've been doing a little barbecue tour. And so it started last week. We had ribs from Memphis. And so Memphis style barbecue, ribs generally, or other kind of pork. And it's a kind of vinegar-based sauce. And so Sherry has not been, entirely loving the Southern barbecue in that she doesn't totally love the vinegar-based sauces because they do tend to be predominantly tart.
Right.
And she likes a kind of balanced barbecue sauce. Last night we had a smoked chicken from Big Bob Gibson's in northern Alabama. And the kind of the Alabama twist on things is that it's a white sauce. Again, vinegar-based and very tart, but it's kind of made with mayonnaise and it has black pepper. So when Harrison first saw this, he said, "Is that ranch dressing?" But even though it looks like ranch dressing, it doesn't taste like it. It also tastes like a kind of tart vinegar-based sauce. So tonight we're having Texas barbecue. And, the variation in regional barbecues is often the meat. So a lot of Southern barbecue is pork, but Texas barbecue is predominantly beef. It's historically like people moving from North Carolina to Texas and sort of like using what they had available. And so not as much pork, but beef readily available. So we got the brisket, brisket or beef ribs, and we went with the brisket. And so we're going to prepare the brisket. And then I think Sherry will be happier with this sauce because there is vinegar in it. It's a little tart, but Texas barbecue sauce tends to be tomato based. So there's it's kind of balanced by sweet and also a little bit of spicy. So I'm going to start the brisket now. I'm just going to put it in the oven to reheat because it's already smoked. And we just want to sort of slowly heat it up so it doesn't dry out.
Okay.
Show her what it looks like.
I did already.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
And then we're also doing side dishes today. The one problem with Driftwood, even though their barbecue is really amazing, and by the way, if you're not Driftwood, Salt Lick, if you're in the Dallas airport, definitely the best thing to eat in the Dallas airport is the Salt Lick barbecue. And so you get like a kind of sliced brisket sandwich, and like the beef is sort of it's kind of spreadable, almost like butter. It's like that soft.
Kadeen says happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you.
To you.
I'm sorry, it's a weird habit. It's the only thing that doesn't work like that. If somebody says Merry Christmas, you can say Merry Christmas to you.
Okay.
So anyway, if you're in the Dallas airport and you're looking for something to eat, the best thing is definitely to go to the Salt Lick. But they don't send side dishes. So we're making side dishes. Lisa's making fried okra and corn pudding, and then I made some Texas style beans, which I'll tell you about once I get the brisket in the oven.
Okay, no problem.
All right, so this is weird because you can only see the top of my head.
That's all right.
Try to fix that. Okay, so as Andy said, I'm gonna make the corn pudding. Can you open this again for me? And I got some fresh ears of corn, which I'm going to show you. And I'm also going to show you how I'm going to shuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you shuck corn?
Shucking is taking the corn leaves off.
But you also shuck oysters.
Yes, but it's different processes. In both cases, it's removing the
You
outer
said
covering to get
shucking
what's
corn?
inside.
Yeah.
You shuck corn, yeah. And that's taking the
That's what?
the leaf off.
Yeah. Okay. And I got these little okras. This little red okra.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make fried okras with those.
Here's the biscuit.
Okay.
Want
Ah, okay.
to smell
Yeah.
the brisket, Lisa?
Yes.
Smoky, right?
Mm-hmm. Smoky.
Yeah.
All right. So as Andy said, I'm going to start working with the corn.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Tilt this down. You can see.
So, Texas barbecue, I don't know what they use at Salt Lake, but the kinds of wood that they generally use, either mesquite or pecan. I think they might use pecan wood at Salt Lake.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so it's like jerk with kind of pimento wood, that like the wood too gives it a specific flavor.
Okay.
I didn't break that.
I hope you didn't break that.
I hate these things. Hold on, Allison.
Okay. Having some camera challenges, so Lisa is rectifying that.
Let's do the whole show. Harrison's asking me, what are you cooking with Lisa?
Barbecue.
Yikes.
Do you have a technical difficulty sign, Allison?
Yeah.
That you can put up.
I already mentioned it. We're figuring it out though.
Is it broken? That little piece fell off. I think I didn't break it. I hope I didn't break it.
Is that a new clamp?
Yeah. Does it snap back in? Is there a metal thing that was with it? No, here, let me see.
So we're just reheating the beans because I actually cooked the beans last week. We thought we were going to do this last week and then we didn't. But that means the beans have been they've been frozen, but like they've been sort of around for a while, which means they'll probably be extra good because they've had time to settle. But so Texas style barbecue beans they're not like sweet barbecue beans like you get with barbecue and you may be used to. They're usually pinto beans, although I think I might have used a different kind of bean. And they're savory and a little spicy. Like the flavor in these beans really comes from bacon and jalapeno. You can use serrano, but I use jalapeno. And then, a little bit of spice. This recipe was not as spicy as maybe I might have liked. Like it only called for, it really, I could have cut a corner on this. It called for epazote, which is a Mexican herb that you have to special order, or Mexican oregano. And I ended up just using regular oregano.
Right.
Some recipes have cumin. but it tends to sort of, it tastes more, it's like cowboy beans, not sweet at all, rather than the kind of sweet barbecue beans that comes with barbecue in, different places.
Okay.
And so I'm just, I'm getting ready to just sort of put that on and let it kind of slow cook.
Okay. Okay.
Lisa is shucking corn, which is the correct term for what she's doing.
So yeah, taking the green stuff off the corn.
Also, I'm drinking a lager.
Oh, okay.
And so, especially with Texas style barbecue, like what you really want is just a beer and a lager, like the kind of like the lightest, kind of least fancy beer. And the lager goes down very smooth. And this is from a local brewery, Allison.
Yes.
Having visited and gone on the brewery tour with me, that there are actually many small and good microbreweries in Columbia, Missouri.
Yes.
And this is the best one. It's called Logboat.
Yes.
And they sort of sell regionally now. I don't know like how far their selling radius is, but you can get it probably in most of Missouri in grocery stores, and then also get it at their actual brewery. But this is just called Bobber, after the kind of fishing thing, Bobber Lager. And it's kind of like very straightforward, no frills, but kind of like perfect lager.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so I'm going to angle you down a little bit here so that you can see how I get the kernels off of the corn here. But first I have to take off all of these.
So since you're going to make a pudding, why didn't you get like corn already like in a tin or something like that?
Oh, that's a good question. So you can use, canned corn, but because we have fresh, we always like to get fresh produce. And locally, they have corn that's grown. So this is better than the canned version. Of course, if it was like in the winter or something, we may need to get some frozen corn as opposed to the canned. I think the frozen corn would be better,
Right.
because they just pick those at the peak of ripeness, and flash freeze them. Same thing with fish. They flash freeze the fish when they're on the boats, so they get them as, you can get them as
fresh as possible if they're not live.
Fresh as possible. Right. Can you open your phone again, please? So I'm gonna wash these corns because I don't know where these corns have been.
Right.
You gotta tilt the camera.
So we've got our ears of corn here. And I'm wondering if I can do this, Allison.
Hello, thank you. I got it that time.
How do you feel? Did you want to be murdered? I am okay with anything.
Got it.
Okay. Got it. All right. I'm going to be getting these ears off of the corn. Hold on. So what I want is 2 cups of corn. I'm gonna get up my big measuring cup and start cutting these ears off. So I have this giant knife. I probably could use a smaller knife. And just cut down
Bobbers are what we have.
corn. Cutting the ears off as close to the cob as I can, so I don't, lose anything.
Right.
All right, so let's see how much we have here. I think we may have way more corn than we need here. But maybe we'll boil some of it.
Okay. Mosquitoes
I'm not
are
really
out.
done with this other one yet over here. I'm just keeping it. I have another thing that I'm going to do with it.
Okay.
So
Mosquitoes
these
are out.
kernels are super crisp and fresh. And the corn is pretty sweet at this time of the year. And because it hasn't been flying or going, from one place to the next.
Right.
Can you open the phone?
Better system.
All right. So it says 2 cups, but I think you can never have enough corn, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to watch consistency wise with this.
How was it? Yeah, what is this?
So I'm gonna put as much corn as I want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do as much as we can.
Oh, I'm just gonna put as much corn. All right. Can't be too corny, Andy. All right.
It's funny because it's so funny.
Okay, that's great. That's a better solution. Okay, so we've got 3 cups of corn here. I think that's good. I'm gonna boil these other 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is melt some butter.
Okay.
So let's see how much butter I need.
He's gonna bring a change of clothes for you, like a towel to throw in the car. I didn't even bring that. Towel. Yeah. Keep it in the car just in case.
All right. Anything on the top burner? No. So we need.
Which is very good about because like I realized it's got a little bit of water in it. Yeah, all of it.
It's the same recipe.
Yeah, half cup salted butter.
Like water in there.
You may have to add salt.
So typically we don't buy salted butter. We buy unsalted butter. So I may need to add a little salt, as Andy said. And let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna start with a new one. Half a cup of butter. And just melt it in a pan over low heat.
Heat. That's the key to melting butter.
Mm.
Butter.
So you need to apply some heat. So now,
If it's supposed to. Try to look at it.
we making the other day with the chilies? Do you
Chili
remember?
verde.
Chili verde, right.
Oh, the verde.
Yeah, so from the verde, I had these really hot poblanos, the other two that I saved, that I roasted.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
now I'm gonna use these for this recipe.
Yeah. This is.
All right.
And so like.
Wait a minute.
I'm also very good at realizing.
This is not the same recipe.
So like. Yeah.
This is a different.
Yeah. But then like this was like
Okay, this is not the same recipe.
devastated when I said that.
Because this is.
You were devastated. Yeah. But then like I realized I'm devastated because like there's a whole other life that I was invested in.
Maybe this is about
Yeah.
making you break up.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, we did.
Yeah, I
Did
mean,
you
that-
not realize that? This chair job really has you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like one of those things that I just really wanted to work. And I really wanted to work because there were things that were bigger life things that I wanted that didn't really happen.
Andy, this is not the same recipe.
Yeah. Sometimes I think that too. Am I like
Okay, so we're gonna get the correct recipe up. In the meantime, I'm just going to milk the corn by running the back. Can you hear me okay?
with therapy?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can also hear your background, but I can hear you.
The back of
Are
the
you milking
knife.
or expressing?
I'm doing both. How about that? Awesome, thank you.
But I
Here's
So-
a photo that looks much like what you're doing, so I think we're on the right track.
Yeah, I think we're doing the right thing. So this just gets all of the extra goodness of the corn out of the cob.
Mhm.
And you'll see that there's a lot coming out here on the top.
Mhm.
So this is all goodness. It's all good stuff. All right. Okay, so we're gonna get all that up now. So let's see how much butter we need here. Hopefully it's half a cup. Nope, it's 2 tablespoons. Darn. 2 tablespoons. Okay, so we've got to put some of this butter back.
I need to get there. Not there yet.
Lisa was freaked out yesterday because I dipped a roll in a thing of butter and then ate it.
And
I
I wrote.
tablespoons of butter.
But it was delicious, in my defense.
Okay.
We had also with the smoked chicken from Big Bob Gibson's, we got some of their Brunswick stew, which is a thing that barbecue restaurants make in the South, especially. I mean, there's a place near here in Jefferson City that has Brunswick stew with their barbecue, but it's basically just the kind of barbecue scraps, and they put it in a pot and make stew out of it. So this was just, like shredded pork and potatoes and pork, which you can imagine is quite delicious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So let's rethink, redo.
My sister, today we were talking, she's like, oh, I'm going over here. I get so excited about small hairs. And I was like, yeah, Katie, everybody is excited about small hairs. No, Sarah, her dad is Jamaican. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm sure they're super excited. Katie, she's like, geez, Sarah, you didn't say anything about it. But no, honestly, Katie, everybody's excited.
I mean, the Jamaicans are excited.
Okay, yeah, so
But then there's also like. All right, we're back on the right track now.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I need is this mixing bowl. So I'm going to toss these out. I think I'm going to need a bigger mixing bowl. Oh.
yeah, this is a little bit more great, but
All right.
I think
Small hairs is the best choice.
like the safer, yeah.
Okay,
I do too.
so we've got that going. Now, what I need to add is
Okay, say it's just.
Also, you can get a little small with that.
the corn.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
Let's go with this. And that's not a bad thing geopolitically because India has a kind of complex ruler right now.
Yeah.
And so it's like small here it's like she could
And
influence India in a good direction.
Yeah.
It's kind of that one.
It's interesting too because
be amazed how much cilantro we use in this house.
You have to buy some every week.
About. Yeah, we make something with it every week. So cilantro is a funny thing because some people just don't like cilantro. If you use too much of it, it will definitely be soapy. Like has a soapy taste. So let's see. We need 2 tablespoons. So I'm just gonna eyeball it and wash.
I just read one that
Genocide.
yeah, let's talk about I just read one that was it couldn't be further from
So now we're gonna just
from that. Like
use
some
her scissors.
also some stuff happened later.
Sherry has the fancy herb scissors, but I can't really get that out right now. Here's the
Okay.
regular scissors.
But it just ended up do the novel, but you have to talk about it because
And now we're gonna work with those chilies. So I'm deciding whether or not I want to live on the wild side and just use my hands, or
And-
you remember
and-
those were pretty spicy,
Yes.
or if I was going to be safe and use a knife and fork. What do you think I should do?
I'm always for the wild side.
You're all about the, yeah. You can easily say that because you're not the one that's doing it.
Don't rub your eyes ever.
Don't rub my eyes ever again.
Have you heard
All right. So I got that bowl going. Come back to my chopping board. And again, I'm going to take the seeds out. Yes, I am going on the wild side today.
Okay.
And these are poblano chilies, and they have this really earthy, herbaceous smell, very green, and they've been roasted, so they also have a smokiness to them, so it's going to be really good.
Mhm.
real language? Yes.
So, what has your week been like in cooking, Allison? Anything interesting to report? I see that you did Freestyle Fridays last night.
Yeah, we had pan chicken last night. I think that was the most eventful for this week.
Where did you get pan chicken from?
Just up the road, up in C4.
Oh, we'll see. Was it good?
Sorry?
Was it good?
Yeah. I think it was the first time I was having it, but I think they had it before. Well, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
Indian style bar snacks. Indian style bar snacks.
Oh, okay.
Put yourself on. Oh, you called you underwear. He's gonna eat snacks first.
So this pudding is supposed to be. Well, when I hear pudding, I think sweet.
Like mommy's cornbread,
Yeah.
that moist. I think that's the texture that we're going for here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some. I don't know if you're like Montessori. I started to get Montessori inspired. Yeah. Thanks, lady. Thank you, Harrison. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So like, sending you to a Montessori school. Kristen is who.
All right. Okay. Or butcher is it. I'm gonna take that off. Come back
I mean,
to our recipe.
The one.
Thank you. Harrison comes over and hold on a second. Can you tell Auntie Allison what you just said?
Yeah. Start out. I think it's the best. I mean, obviously I'm partial to this,
What are you
but
eating?
seeing other things, and there's so many.
Doesn't perform like it.
There's so many
Crackers.
What did you offer, Lisa?
Like from kids who've gone Montessori, like through high school, where they're at.
How did you say it?
I don't think
Don't put your hand on that.
Yeah.
Would you like
You got some pepperoni?
Yeah, and the world that is
Because this is putting pepper in your touch the pepper.
because that's
That's what I want him to say.
oh that snack is really good.
Yeah.
You know, and in as much
Very
as
inquisitive and follow the questions.
yeah, or like 14-year-old Henry coming onto the Zoom in the mornings and having a conversation with Harrison. Yeah, because
All right.
Yes, like gentle.
So now we're moving on to
yeah,
garlic.
yeah, not like condescending
Yeah,
or
most like
impatient.
don't give a shit. Like they don't want to talk to like anybody.
Especially like a 3-year-old,
So just taking the skinning off,
Actually, yeah.
and for this, I'm just gonna cut really thin.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm just so excited. Like, is it excited or?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm so excited. Words, yeah. Is that your yoga mat?
Did you make any zero alcohol drinks this week?
No, I didn't have a chance to make one this week. I'll probably have something for you next week. A couple of preparations.
And did Andy know them before, or you guys just met through?
I didn't knew that before because Sam, Kristen, and Bud.
You're on Sunday next week?
Huh?
You're on
Yeah,
Sunday next
Sunday
week?
next week. Yeah.
Are you yoga mat Harrison? Yoga mat Harrison.
Okay. Let's see how we are on time. We're running a little bit behind. So let's see what we've got. So we've got our dried or chilies, corn, garlic, cilantro. We need to add a little bit of salt. And some cumin.
Oh, Harrison.
Let's see how much cumin they recommend. Love the smell of cumin.
Is that yoga?
Yes.
That's what you're doing. He would be very proud of you, huh? That was so funny.
Half teaspoon.
Oh, Harrison. Is it good?
Thank you.
I mean, like, you want like tonight.
No. There's something.
Whoops.
You okay?
You all right? That was
Okay, that looked like it could have hurt.
Cayenne.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm seeing chipotle. I'm seeing
Okay.
paprika.
Andrew.
What?
The meat came cold.
Yeah.
I
That's fine. It's in the oven now.
don't think we have time.
There was another one that came yesterday.
So,
yes, chicken.
what
Well,
I'm going to
chicken.
use
Which
is
was good. I was thinking initially I was gonna get him a smoker.
just some chili powder.
Sometimes we get a little.
And
just like
the recipe
Missouri's like
calls for a
smoking
pinch.
gas capital of-
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna add
So like sometimes I get
Like tired of
a pinch
That's my go-to meat is
smoked meat. So
or
like
two.
yeah, we were thinking pork
Okay.
chop, but then we got this chicken, which was inspiring. It was just like, oh, we could smoke chicken. We can have smoking chicken.
Now it also asks for
You guys have a smoker?
No,
No.
I didn't get it.
Okay.
He mentioned pasta maker in passing, and I just love that.
Okay.
So
Nice.
we got a pasta making stuff. So.
I can't get my yoga mat.
Let's start with
half a cup of Monterey cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some Mexican cheese, which is a mix of shredded cheddar and Monterey Jack. So it's a combination. Who doesn't love cheddar?
Mm-hmm.
Never having cheddar.
I don't know. For hours, we're just like.
All right. Now we need a little bit of butter.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy and daddy, or my mommy and my aunt are from a hospital.
And I'm going to add a little bit of the butter to my pan. Then I need to stir in the cornmeal and the baking powder. So
Okay.
cornmeal we need
Let's see if it still works.
1.5. Well, let's see. Half a cup of cornmeal.
And I will show off all the things.
I think this is cornmeal.
Are we playing? Is that what it is?
Half a cup.
Okay.
And we also need baking powder
Mm-hmm.
is 1 teaspoon.
Are we playing it? For what symbol? Oh. I'm like, let's just boy copy on it. Okay, now I gotta hear. Oh, okay. I was like, excuse me. Excuse me.
This is not the vibe that you gave me.
No,
It's
I
not
know.
cherry.
Yeah,
That's
that's
our
yeah, yeah.
1
Well, I got to
teaspoon
when we get done here.
of that.
Uh-huh.
So far, all the music you have played for me here, I love.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna stir in everything. Mix everything up.
And I think we even like saved some, you know, like we like tried to like log it. We're doing like some of the ones that are like so kind of yeah, like
All right.
we're gonna wake up and do this.
I'm gonna mix this in.
We're all gonna be at the same time.
How much longer do you have on the brisket, Andy? This just smells really good as it is. Like this would be like a really 37 minutes.
27.
27 minutes. A really good corn salad.
Mm-hmm.
Smells amazing.
So what she ended up doing was selling for me.
It's funny that they only told me to put half a cup of this Monterey Jack cheese in here right now. But they'll probably tell me to add that later. So that's what that looks like.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Now we need the eggs and the half and half. So we need 2 large eggs and 1 cup of half and half.
The babies? Yes, I do remember that. They would put mulch in their mouth. Even when the babies would put it at school. The babies would put mulch in their mouth. Yeah, babies. Who would do it? Yeah. And Violet, yeah. 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 They would put mulch in their mouth. Toddlers. They are toddlers.
All right.
Toddlers, Sarah. Yeah. You're right. We eventually were like, okay, guys, we got to put on the babies. That was like Nico. For a while, he was just baby Nico, and then everybody was like, baby Nico. Like, no, he's above 1 now. He can't be baby.
Whoa. Lost that one.
It's like this one was
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. No way.
So I'm gonna whisk the eggs first and then add the half of the milk.
You're not. You're supposed to always be honest. You know. But you're not.
I mean, ever since he kind of got like walking right.
Yeah, like to me, we say toddlers are like 1-year-olds. Like if babies are under 12 months, toddlers are like 1-year-olds.
I'm just gonna add this half and half directly to the corn mixture.
So he's a preschooler.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how we would like talk about it in the classroom. Kelsey and I, but so that's maybe also good.
And then
That's like in Monterey class stuff.
add the eggs.
Sometimes, depending if it's like AMI or AMS, like different Montessori, toddlers
And
are
just incorporate this.
infants or like primary. They call it primary, but they call it elementary. And then primary. No, because it's like pre-primary is 2-year-olds. I think it's pre-primary, is it? Maybe. Everybody.
All right. So this is our mixture.
I didn't see any.
Let's go ahead and
I'm not going to.
and then I want to get this butter moved all around my baking dish.
Mm-hmm.
Put it with my hands. And then I'm going to pour this into it. This is actually our mixture. It's done.
It's a very exciting looking corn pudding.
Okay.
It's like midway between fresh corn and cornbread.
Yes, that's what I was telling you.
With delicious custard.
And it says to top with the rest.
Poblanos?
No, the poblanos are all in there. Of the cheese.
Ah, cheese.
Ah.
All right, so we're just gonna. We're just gonna use all this cheese. It's about a cup that was left in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to use all of this and cover. Be generous. And there we go. Nice. This is gonna be great, I think.
I think so too.
All right, so we're gonna pop this in the oven for 35 minutes at 350.
Okay.
The brisket will come out a little bit before that, but that's fine because, you know, the brisket can just sit.
Remember,
Okay.
it's 5:12.
Okay.
It's 5:12.
Okay.
So while that's in there, I'm gonna start. We gotta give it a clean up, and then we're gonna start preparing our okra.
So the beans, we sort of underestimated defrosting time. And so they were still a little frozen, so we are sort of working from frozen. But, you know, we had like an hour to really sort of heat the beans, so we're just
Okay.
taking it slow.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
So the okra really is the last thing that I need to make because they have to be served immediately. So I'm just gonna start slicing them up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll clear off this area first. I kind of like the whole. I like shucking the corn and getting the kernels off. There's something very satisfying with seeing them all kind of
Come on.
float like a waterfall.
Could you back that, please? Yeah. Could you
Okay, and you can pick your computer now if you want.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
Please.
I'm like, people who come to this store know how to do this, right? Like, this is not all the behavior. Yeah. It's a Walmart. Yeah, over here. No.
It's on your phone.
I mean, before the contrast came back. Yeah, maybe. I was the other day when I was there. This lady had the dash pulled down. Out of the bag. It was in the aisle. And I was like, Walmart. 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 Here is very long enough. Maybe we'll take you to Arkansas to the Walmart museum. Has he been?
No.
Walmart museum? He's been to Crystal Bridges.
Harrison,
Okay.
no. No, I mean,
This Walmart museum.
no. That was like a month before.
I guess it's not Walmart museum. But...
He was not with us.
All right.
Okay, well.
Why do I think he was with us?
He was theoretically in Iowa. Because it was like a summer that because of we were trying to get pregnant and
Oh yeah, much better now. Okay. So I think these guys are so pretty. I'm gonna take a photo of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you were pregnant or you were just trying to get pregnant? Okay.
let's visit the border states. And just it was like in part like just kind of like a joke about everybody's skepticism.
Yeah.
So, let's go to Arkansas.
Yeah.
But then Crystal Bridges is great.
Arkansas actually. Crystal Bridges and Crystal Bridges. Yeah.
Crystal Bridges, I mean, and that part of Arkansas is not as kind of underdeveloped as other parts are because of Walmart stuff.
Right.
And then with Iowa, and we went to the farm museum in Des Moines.
Oh my God, the farm
I'm actually
museum.
from Des Moines.
It's funny.
Like, I was born there, but we moved here when I was 3.
You're from Iowa?
Yeah. I know.
So it's funny, like initially, like I was like, Harrison wasn't with us in Iowa, and then I remember, no, it wasn't Harrison, it was Lola. Lola was there.
Harrison was theoretically.
Theoretically. He was in there.
Well, no, right after we got back
Did you want to talk to Allison about your pie?
Sherry took a pregnancy.
Aw. So he was there.
He was there.
Hi,
Andy,
He was there as you were swinging down.
are you there?
I am. Hi.
Right.
It's pie. It's apple pie with cheddar crust.
When did you make that?
What? Yeah,
It's like Cheez-It.
When did you make it?
this morning.
Oh, okay.
This morning.
looks-
I thought of letting you know, but then it was in the morning, and then I figured you weren't gonna be awake at that point or wanting to set up. So
how's about it?
was about
Yeah.
apple pie with cheddar crust.
It looks good. It looks good.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I have some cornmeal?
Cornmeal?
Yeah.
Where's the cornmeal?
Is this cornmeal?
Yeah.
Is there more?
I don't know.
Should be. I think we have cornmeal. It might be in a kind of like bag. It
Which
might
of
be.
Which of these recipes is it?
Daddy.
I mean,
You fed them before you went to sleep? Okay.
Texas Monthly. The top one.
What is Daddy saying?
I was asking Daddy. He fed the dogs before. I went to sleep.
Okay, so I don't know if we have.
I just need 1 cup of cornmeal. What about masa?
We have macaroni, but I don't know if that's gonna be too strong.
No, use it.
We don't have
Alright.
that.
I'm supposed to.
Because you're breading and stuff. You don't. It's not really like.
I'm de-stemming the okra,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna cut them into 1/2-inch
It's
rounds.
weird because I mean the last time I used cornmeal,
Mm-hmm.
it was the same for the.
It's in something weird that
I usually think that's the thing for the pizza. And there was some.
I love these red ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are nice. That's interesting. I've never seen a red okra before.
Me either. Although they have them in Jamaica. I've seen pictures of them down there from people who are buying produce. Thanks, guys, for helping me out with the cornmeal there.
It's not a cup though.
Close enough. I mean, remember, it's breading, and so you can, alter the proportion.
What? What is happening? Is that taking care of her?
Yeah.
This is okay.
Let's go back.
All right. So 1/2-inch rounds on these guys. Oh, gooey okra.
That's why it's delicious.
I actually like okra a lot. In Jamaica, we have the okra with the susumba.
Mhm.
And that's really, or mommy used to make it steam with a steamed fish. Yeah, no, that's couscous. It's not cornmeal. Nope.
The last time I used cornmeal was when we made the New Haven style pizza.
Mm-hmm.
New Haven style pizza is white pizza with clams and garlic.
Oh.
Alright, just use something else to stretch it.
I wonder what happened to the cornmeal. I feel like the last time I wanted it.
We've lost the cornmeal.
Alright, I'll put cornmeal on the list.
I mean, put it on a list. It's here somewhere. It's just mysterious. I don't know. Was there something else that I was supposed to put on the list at some point? Yeah. Hey, before you start to play with that boat, though, can you pick up the whole balloons out and give them to me? So I can put them away? You've been doing really well at picking up this weekend. I appreciate you.
Also, how can I forget this dish with the okra? Our friend Nadia showed us how to make this fried okra, not breaded, but fried with, didn't I make that for you in Miami? With saltfish and onions?
No, I don't remember that.
Sure,
But that was so long ago.
I don't think we have a pound of okra here. Or maybe we do. I don't know. I'm not very good at weights. All right. So we've got that okra going. And let's see how much cornmeal we have.
Yeah, I mean, I see it. Masa Harina on the list because I feel like it's been featured.
I see that you started your yoga and wellness page.
I did, yes. So I wanted to have a separate place that's public for all of my yoga offerings. So, and everything, I'm going to be offering things in the fall that are online, a workshop on resilience and finding resilience and hope in challenging times. And we definitely are in some challenging times here. So I've been having to utilize my tools. And I love sharing those with other people. So I'm excited to do that. Starts in October.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I saw you post that there. Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna look at it.
Yeah.
Meditation. I
Oh, so you're just preparing. So you haven't started anything yet.
Am I what?
You haven't started anything in terms of that yet. You said so. It start. What starts in October?
Yeah. The course. It's a
Okay.
workshop.
Okay.
All right, so we really don't have a lot of this. Like maybe a third of a cup.
How much do you need?
I needed a cup.
Are you hearing a weird sound?
With 2 cups flour. So
Are you hearing a weird sound at all when I speak?
yeah, I'm hearing a crackling.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Breathing for real does. Like, I'm like, you're right, everybody. That's like triggers.
It does.
When you like, okay, just deep breath, deep breath.
Okay. And we need flour.
I did this thing, heart math thing with my therapist. Heart math? Heart math. After I read up on it,
It doesn't.
it doesn't, but because of the breathing component. Supposedly, like the science is that it changes how you're.
So because I only have about half the amount of cornmeal that's required, I'm only going to use half the amount of
That part is fuzzy.
Okay. Like some people say.
flour,
Yeah.
Okay.
just to keep the proportions.
We're not sure that this actually works, right? But so like stuff like
And so I've got the flour, the cornmeal. I need to add some salt.
yeah, 5, yes.
Okay.
So I bring them
I'm gonna add some pepper. And
I do that a lot.
I'm gonna feel free, as they say, to add other seasonings
Mm-hmm.
like garlic powder, onion powder.
Put your foot on. Put your foot on.
Or she's shouting at you. Poor music.
And some of that chili salt. And are you opposed to adding extra seasonings? You're giving me the
You know
eye.
what? We share it so infrequently that when it
Huh?
does happen,
No, I
it's
was not
dry.
cooking at all. That's okay.
Oh.
Yeah. You just get like really upset.
Yeah.
Look at that! I found the cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
Too late.
Anytime I go to the freezer, anger, I don't really care. I mean, most people like them, but like, why are you doing that? That isn't you. What is that? I don't
A little bit of chili.
It's on the biscuit tray.
It's for they're very serious right now. Stop that right now. Yeah. Yeah. It's usually like some safety situation.
I'm gonna mix this up.
Like somebody running through the fence and we're like, stop.
Okay, so how much longer do we have?
Yeah. And then they all freeze.
And now I need a quarter cup whole milk.
And then everybody starts crying. I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. I'm still gonna keep you guys safe, but this is part of the. This is not okay. Yeah, don't do that one. Yeah, don't do that one. That's what we're like. This is a very serious voice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like bedside, I sort of feel like by bedside,
Yeah.
I sort of feel like I'm done with you. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Just sit up, breathe a little bit. Then you realize he's gonna go sleep eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And he's gonna put things on.
just gonna mix this in to make the batter.
Put any on. Put any on.
Oh no,
Yeah, have you tried it? Have you put any on yet?
he's into early 2000s techno now.
Oh, to go to Keys.
I just made a major error here.
What did you do?
Tell me what.
Major error.
He was not. I put him in bed. He came out.
That milk was not supposed to go into the flour.
Harrison, can I just say your hands?
It was supposed to be separate of the flour,
Mm-hmm.
cornmeal mixture, and then I was supposed to dip the okra in the milk and then in the flour. But that's not happening.
No.
With your hands, maybe it will show there.
So I'm just doing a quick pivot and changing this now to a batter instead of a breading or flouring. And then I'm going to start heating my oil.
When you get a chance, just let's see if we can fix this crackling sound. So you can just disconnect and then come back to see if it works better.
Okay.
Because I think like after we've been recording for a while, it starts to do things.
You should speak these things over children. In the classroom, kids tend to do one of the tricks. The class clown, that's favorite teachers.
But he's also so like he'll do that a little bit, but then he knows like when to not. Like he's also like follow the rules too.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true. That's
like
true.
maybe do it some, but like I don't know if he'll. I can see him not pushing it too far because he still wants to like maintain. You know.
Maybe at school.
Yeah, at school, yeah. Here definitely. I mean, he can be too at lunchtime is when he eats the crackers the most.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got a lot in there.
Yeah, maybe that's it. That's what I think the most working.
Okay, so I'm going to disconnect.
Okay, yeah. So, as always, we seem to have this crackling sound in the transmission. So, Lisa is just going to disconnect and reconnect to see if it helps. So, we're on episode 11 of the Flavor Profile. And Lisa and Andy are in the kitchen. And big up to all the viewers. And
Okay, we're back.
is it better? Better?
Yes, it's better.
Yeah. Okay.
So now I'm just waiting for the oil to heat up. I'm gonna mix this around.
Actually in fall of 2015, because nobody time to come here because protests are
Okay, how are you with the background noise?
Yeah.
It's all right. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, in October I would have lived here for 5 years.
No.
No, Andy, can you turn that down?
We live I lived in Miami when I just moved here because I went to the University of Miami for grad school.
Okay.
And then Lisa lived in Miami since '92. She lived in Miami. Yeah, so she lived in Miami from '92 to.
Are we gonna leave that music on?
Lisa was '92,
Not
right?
like the music and the talking. 94. The year of Gilbert is how I always remember it.
Andrew.
I mean Andrew, yeah, not Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert was 18.
In Jamaica, yeah. All right, so now I'm dumping my okras in here.
Hurricane.
And I don't know. This is a whole
Experiment.
of doing things here. All right, so we're just doing things on the fly, making our own batter here. And
So like, and then I moved here in 2000. I moved to the US in 2001.
I'm gonna test it with one of the okra in a little bit. Hold on. Whoops.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for this, Andy. This is yours. Thank you.
Like I found in New York, I found in Houston. Like because Andy and I both have that English part. It's not like we're moving back to
All right. Somebody's timer is going off.
The brisket.
I'm gonna test it now.
Like we decided we were only gonna have one. Yeah. But I also think like something about the trauma of the miscarriage.
Nope, not ready.
Not ready.
What's this for?
Yeah.
Is this for something? Your brisket?
Yes.
Okay.
But also like
Oh, it's going.
yeah.
Mm.
As progressive as we are in all kinds of ways, a lot of the labor because beautiful. Hi. It's a brisket.
Are you done?
Yeah. A lot of the labor. Yeah.
Until we
Yeah.
All right. So I have a little bit of action happening here.
Yeah. Also, like, you are good 4 months. You are good 4 months before I realized that.
So I'm gonna add some more.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Okay. But even like pregnant, I was like, oh, you had a no. Oh no, like actually, I couldn't. I mean, there were problems, but like not like average problems. Yeah, problems. Like I had like dermatitis.
I'm not going to add a lot of them at a time. That would lower the temperature of the
I
oil.
was in the tub, but I was so big
Dude,
that
what
like,
is happening?
like a tub full of oatmeal.
Everybody relax.
You are cooking me.
It was like an like a dermatitis, an eczema, and I could just like itch myself raw.
Okay.
But then like the water could cover the top of my belly. But yeah, I just realized was part of yeah. I think I feel like the good thing about younger moms, I think, younger moms are less resentful of the encroachment on their time.
They didn't really have Carla before, so
So
So I don't know.
We're doing it.
The batter isn't exactly. I'll show you what's happening.
So is it more like okra fritters that you're making?
No, that it could have happened. It doesn't seem to be happening that way. They are separate, but the
Okay.
batter is like blobs on there.
Okay.
So
It's looking good.
I'm not sure how that's gonna turn out.
No, they don't come out.
Andy doesn't know of the mistake that happened. What? Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
Yeah.
you like I said to Lance, like, you know, how close to you Sarah, come over this. I'm like, your nipple. Like, you get really
All right, so we put our corn pudding in at 5:12, which means that at 5:42 we have to check it. That's a 30-minute mark. So we're gonna check it. We're looking for custard-like consistency. So 4 more minutes.
Check out the butter now.
The butter.
Yeah, if the butter comes out.
I realized, like, I was leaving.
Oh, okay.
Like a custard.
I usually use like a regular dinner.
Yeah, we
which I mean was good, but probably also part of like, okay.
okay, I'm done with you
Yeah,
now.
that's enough.
No. Like
Still beans.
feeding one at the end of the day, and then we had one more left. It was one at the end of the day.
Oh, this is here. This is the Texas style beans.
Why am I putting you onto my group? He was done before I was. Because of everybody else, it was just like,
Ah,
oh.
What are these white? Oh, it's bacon. What are those white chunks of things in there? Okay.
Pork fat.
But like the first one,
Secret ingredient is pork fat.
Rather than just keep in my bottle.
Yeah. And then other people can do
Yeah.
other people can, yeah.
I am Iron Man.
IAMIRONMANONTH.
So I've lost my little tester okra,
So they didn't.
but now they're sort of sticking
She
together.
didn't know that they came here from Morocco to California because
Let's see
in California, Chico.
if I should take them
Came
out.
here and they didn't like
Fried
they didn't do
okra.
ultrasounds in Morocco. And they asked if they wanted like ultrasounds here, and she was like, no, we don't want ultrasounds.
Look,
So it's like she didn't even know.
So she was like, I was so big, and she kept telling them.
I'm just gonna eat it then.
Something to do with them being like from a different country. They're like, no. And she's like, no, I think I'm having
what?
twins.
One finish?
Like you're having twins.
Is there enough for everybody?
They didn't believe her, they didn't ask. So then Betty came. And then she was like,
It's alright. You want to taste it?
sort of like breastfeeding, like trying to feed them, but she didn't have enough for both. I was like, oh, yeah, she just wanted to start the other day. Because then she was like,
I think they're ready. I mean, they're not like
they just told her like all sorts of crazy stuff that like
super brown, but
Delicious. You don't want them super brown.
Yeah, show me stuff. And she was like, you know,
Delicious.
There is so much accessible. There is so much. It's also like the hormone group of
alright, let's add our next batch of okra.
Yeah, I have no sense. Yeah, you have Lisa. That's right. Yeah, she one of the things that came out when she got production. Come on, we're ADHD, and so she's like,
I'm chiller.
yeah.
I got one like
No, just use the one that's out. So this is what our okras look like, and when they come out of the pot, they're a little bit darker than what they look like in the pot.
Are they like? How long did you fry them for? Like 3 or 5 minutes?
I think about 3 minutes if the oil is hot enough. When I first put it in, the oil wasn't hot enough. So I might just eat these all now. These are really good.
That's all you made? Or there's more? That's all you made, or there's more?
No, there's more. I have another batch going. Fried okra.
You can
He was two before I started.
call it fried okra.
What?
He was two before I started. Like a little bit more now.
There's no butter on this one.
Remember to take a picture.
I am more independent.
Take a picture of the
Yeah. When I have more
before
on
you eat them off. Okay.
You don't like that one? I can get another one.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn the okra. These guys are burning. Can you turn that up?
Yes.
My friends who are now having kids like fairly much.
Jenny helps me with that a lot.
Like not just like, 'cause my mom's like, I love it's so great, it's the best time of my life. Like, I'm like, my babies, I love my babies, and I'm just like, is that how it is? Is that how it is? Like, that's how I grew up thinking it all.
The photo shoot. Photo shoot.
Huh?
Photo shoot.
Like I only had 8 months.
Okay, let me take these guys out.
Where I had to like have breast pads stuck inside my brassiere.
Yeah, I don't look like that. I think your boobs just like
Leaky and like soft. Oh my god, I have a picture of like my areola. It was bigger than his head.
Wow. Thanks, Sherry, for that
I
information.
know. Did you think that's
We're not live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not live?
Yeah.
Areola.
I mean, she's recording.
Thanks, Sherry, for that areola information.
like she had Liam really like and I was like,
I feel like this is the thing, like, March made it too small. You need to be smart to have, because you think that you process everything.
All right, we've got to check or
everything, and it was just like your whole body, like
One
from
time.
pregnancy to breastfeeding,
Pudding.
transformed into something different. Everything, like to accommodate this thing, like. I'm still in awe. Like I still telling people that I did that. Like I grew that. Like that name.
that shit is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's true.
It's crazy. But also like the whole body changes to accommodate it, and it's just like there was that point where I was just resentful. I was like this is not what I thought this was about. This is not what I thought this was about.
all right. We just put our last little bit of okra in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna check on our corn pudding.
Still calls him Boo Boo. He was
Yeah.
in love with him from the minute them taking and putting his skin. This morning,
Oh, see, he got that from me. That's why he's so, he's well rounded.
Wow.
Oh, it's nice.
Looking good. Not sure if it's ready.
You need to get a photo of that before
my favorite part of Harrison being born was
Not ready.
Not ready.
My friend Stephanie is this way. She's like, I know
Still.
the babies. I didn't want
Beans are looking good though.
this is where I come to know everyone.
That looks good.
the babies. Yeah.
The main part.
Then there's one thing, she has 2 kids now. And the little one is almost 15 months. And she's like, great, but
Okay, let me splash some beans or something.
This is
No,
where
I
we
don't want
started
any
this
beans.
conversation.
Whoa.
I can't do any more.
Okras are burning. Burning okra.
So Evan, who I meet,
Alright, I think you need to put that temperature down.
Down with the temperature.
That first batch is perfect.
Yeah.
His mom, they didn't
I got a little vigorous.
Yeah.
With the
Get
heat.
overconfident, Lisa.
But when they come out here, they look pretty good. Mm.
Yeah, pictures.
Alright, I think
For
I'm
the
just gonna
thumbnails.
put these up right now.
Yeah, I feel like that happens. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens. It does. It does. Like, you
What I'm gonna do here is
No.
We're not playing.
No, thank you. Let's not play that game.
these guys out.
No, no.
Wow, these came out really good.
Yeah, no, they were not.
And add
They were like the connection one.
just a little sprinkling of seasoning salt.
Okay.
Can you do a boomerang?
So here he is. We're at these here.
So you have it now.
Yeah. So then I had him until, I was there like,
Sherry,
Yes.
keep your movie here, Lisa.
Yes.
I could just eat these.
Do you want it right now?
Stop that.
Only.
So good, man.
What's
They're
the
like
boomerang?
little nuggets.
Oh,
They're
okay.
delicious.
Hang on.
Sprinkling the salty
Okay.
because I need some salt.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. I can't really see the salt, you know.
That's fine. Okay.
6 weeks. Evan.
Mm-hmm.
second baby. Oh, yeah. I mean,
These are so good.
So he adopted. That's the first.
You're welcome.
People bringing kids like daycares that
All right.
I've never really seen. So,
We're gonna put this over here so that it can stay warm. And
Today's episode is real fun.
This is actually.
That's one for his books.
It's okay. It's okay. It's one of the things.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's okay.
It adds to the aesthetic.
It's okay.
You realize I would be brought on this show and sexually exploited.
Mm.
I feel like
I could eat a whole bowl of those.
now, and no, he's
What
always
can
been
you dip these in?
He's always been cute. He's always been
Maybe you could do it like as a snack.
Really? You can do it.
how I was feeling at that time. Like there's like
Let's make a lime ale.
Okay. What did you say, Allison?
Maybe you could do them as a snack.
A snack? Yeah, I think so. Oh, no, I'm gonna have to figure out what to make a lime aioli.
Basically, you squeeze a lime into some lemon.
Oh, that's easy.
That he could get into.
I can do that.
Like if we were going out, he would make sure I was very.
We need a bigger thing of.
I'm here to
Oh,
tell anybody.
cilantro lime.
I will tell
Whenever I
everybody.
come out, like share your thoughts.
Let me
We don't need to just give it to me.
Actually, there's some women. This is like the time of their life.
And so to me, I've always thought that's how I would be. And again, I
Okay,
don't know if
so
that's
what do you do? We just put some lime in there?
I don't know.
Lime juice?
I don't know.
Yeah, some garlic powder.
Okay.
Have you always
Me
wanted?
too.
Okay, okay.
Not like always, but like
A little bit of lime rice.
That's what I thought.
And some garlic salt.
I have to have this.
Okay, we only have garlic powder.
Yeah,
Garlic powder,
I think
a little bit of lime zest.
with children,
Lisa's making a lime aioli.
I like.
Okay.
She's making it up and she's doing a good job of it.
Okay.
Mm.
Who's talking to that? Sorry. I feel like it was a thing I wanted to do with Andy. It was something I wanted to do together. And
All right, so I've got
being a kid myself.
that, and now I'm gonna do half
It's too hard.
the juice of a lime.
I have a sister who probably like would.
Yeah.
Like all my
Yeah.
family's here.
But also, as
People
we,
try to tell you what to do.
I've heard a lot of horror stories.
You're supposed to say behind you in the kitchen,
Behind you in the kitchen.
or just behind you. Or whatever.
Like, I would go like a friend.
All right, I think I need some more Hellmann's, which is right here.
Yeah, you want it.
It's really hard to do
Mine's
this.
big as like
I need more Hellmann's. Can you put Hellmann's on the list?
And then part of me
Oh,
like, all the time that he
yeah.
can turn and he can like,
Like, he's not gonna-
I think we need
I have no
some
friends
salt,
who are like,
Mm.
like one friend who I went to high school with who
and I think we need some pepper.
recently she has like a 10-year-old and the 10-year-old like I get to spend time with the dad. Doesn't his dad have sleep, so
All
he-
right, let's try this.
And so my friend-
That's the only reason I'm making this aioli
And
is
so
because
my friend
it gives me an opportunity to try the okra again.
and the kid was on the mainland here with the
Mm.
and she couldn't find him.
Oh my god!
Come back to Hawaii when he was.
But it's so simple,
that's
she had to
but so
like,
good.
to get her baby.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, like find him and she posted it's a funny thing he posted about on Facebook. And then I ended up talking to other friend about this too. I was just like,
Yeah, creamy.
posted something about like
The sauces.
knocking on the door of the police and finding her child.
The okra still has a little bit of bite.
Share that. What is this story? Why are you sharing this on Facebook?
It's like creamy, crunchy,
Who is just like
and
Kayla's like CNN.
the mushiness of the okra. It's like a perfect bite.
I'm going under that.
Mhm.
Very good.
What are you talking about?
Very good.
The whole story. This is his summertime with his
Okay, I'm gonna
dad,
check the
mandated.
pudding again.
And I end up with Kayla gives me
This
that
might be
list.
it.
This is why I'm never gonna put in child support. And I'm like, stop the
Right.
please. Please, let's not even.
Okay.
Yes. You're right.
Um, so now I think this guy's ready because it's going to continue to cook. So I'm just going to take it out. Hey, let's
Okay.
put it on the table.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take a photo of that. And I am ready. All my stuff is ready.
Yes, I am with you.
And I'm going to take it over here to see. I'm going to take photos of the different elements.
Thank you. Well,
Hey, you trying to decide? Can I get it back out? But you're not playing it.
yeah, and just kind of extra sound in the background here.
Yeah.
And unless you're gonna play it,
But it's almost dinner time, so you can't play it.
yeah,
Chaos monster. It is not chaos monster, but the Muppets have chaos monsters. Halloween tea? Are you touching the tiger?
What's this?
It's this way. You have to show Sarah. Let me see. Oh. All right, Allison.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move over to the table. I can't wait till we have equipment that just follows us.
Yes. Yes.
People.
she does. She does. She actually wanted to say that.
What?
Lisa, can I say it like? Yeah.
What?
I said I was checking out your cute little yoga butt.
I know. I love my little yoga butt. All right, so here's our okra,
Yes.
and this is our corn pudding.
Mm-hmm.
The sauce that we made for the okra
Yes.
with lime mayonnaise, lime zest,
Mm-hmm.
and the Salt Lick brisket.
Nice.
And also the beans.
Oh, the beans. And the beans are still going.
I'm just cleaning it up a little bit.
Okay, the okras are getting soggy.
Okay, we're almost done.
They're the beans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks good. Everything looks good.
So I will send you photos of all of the things and of a
Mm-hmm.
plate.
So, okay, so everything is done. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Sherry, for the information in the back.
Yeah.
And until next time, this has been Flavor Profile, and you never know what happens in this kitchen. So until next time, I'm Allison. Thank you, Lisa, and we'll
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
bye.